Thank you so much for joining us today on Coffee With. I have a special guest with me today, Pam Dorrell. Pam, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for asking me.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I know y'all are very busy right now getting geared up for the Miss Mississippi Pageant, and you are the Hostess Chairman.
Yes.
Is that I have the correct title?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what the Hostess Chairman does.
Well, this is my first year as being Hostess Chairman. I was an assistant for 7 years with Louise Hall. And the Hostess Chairman is just responsible for getting hostess to take care of the contestants. And the hostess, I will start calling in January to get hostess. I will start calling the ones that have done it the previous year and see if they would like to come back. And if not, then I have to start down my list as to
So is
other
there
people.
one hostess for each contestant?
No, there are. It's one hostess for 2 contestants.
Okay.
And then we have 3 hostesses that have just 1 contestant because of the numbers in the group. It's 15 in one group. Well, it's 15 in all 3 groups this year.
Yeah.
So that last girl will just have 1 hostess.
And what does the hostess actually do?
Well, the hostess, it's very important. You have to literally give up the whole week to be able to do, because you're so busy. And they will come to the motel in the mornings and pick the girl up, take them down to the convention center, and literally stay down there all day. And at lunch, most of the time we'll eat at the convention center, eat lunch. And sometimes they will have to go out for lunch, so they will take them to eat lunch where we're going and then come back and pick them up. Mm-hmm. They will take them to autograph parties. Just any other place that we have to go. That the parade, we have the parade. They have to ride with the girl in the parade.
Oh, they
in
do?
In the car.
Uh-huh.
And then at night they have to stay there at night and take the girl back to the hotel. Mm-hmm. And the girls cannot. They literally cannot do anything without their hostess.
Mm-hmm. So they can't leave the hotel or anything?
Oh, no. They cannot leave the hotel. They cannot have an interview without a hostess. Mm-hmm. The girls cannot have contact with their parents during that week. And they can talk to their parent after we have a visitation at night after the pageant. They can visit with family and friends then. Mm-hmm. Or at autograph parties, the girls then can visit with their parent then. Mm-hmm. But they are not supposed to have their cell phones. And
all week?
All week. They're not supposed to.
Wow, this is 2011.
I know, it's hard. It is very hard for them.
Yeah.
But they are not supposed to have their cell phones to, talk to anyone.
Goodness.
Or their laptops. So
oh my.
That's very hard for them to do.
I'm sure that
and
is.
You've got some mothers, that they talk to their daughters 2 and 3 times a day. And they literally have to go really all day Sunday and all day Monday without talking to her. They can see them at the parade Monday night and then talk to them at the autograph party. So it's hard for parents.
Now, the hostesses, that's a volunteer position. Mm-hmm. And are those typically local women that volunteer to do that?
It is. You have to live in Vicksburg because there are nights that we don't get through till 11, sometimes 11:30.
Yeah.
And, if you lived out of town, it wouldn't be worth doing it because you would get home too late and then have to be back up at the motel at 8:30 to pick the girls up.
Yeah. So how many do you have to have? Probably about 10 or 15?
No, we have 40 hostesses.
40 hostesses?
We have 40 hostesses. We have 24 hostesses have contestants. Then we have what we call floater hostesses, which are the hostesses that are down at the convention center, and it's 6 of those, and they handle interview, and they handle the talent rehearsal, and then we have what we used to call them dorm moms, that when we were at All Saints, but now with us being in the motel, we really don't like to say hotel moms.
Yeah.
But we have 6 that stay there.
Oh, okay. On site with them.
We have 3 on each floor.
Wow. So you have a lot of people to coordinate.
Very, very much.
Do you have any trouble finding people to volunteer to be hostesses, or do you find that people are kind of wanting to do it?
Well, sometimes it is hard. That we've had some that do it 1 year and they say that's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
They don't like being confined that much because you do a lot of sitting down there.
Yeah.
Because you can go run a little bit and go do something, but if something happens with your girl and she needs something, then you really need to be there to call the parent or go get something that they need.
Sure.
So that we've had them that have just said, this is not my cup of tea, I don't want to do this again. And then, you know, we've had some that, I mean, they come back every year. And I start calling in January to get hostesses, and I did a lot of calling this year.
Well, that's a big commitment.
It is.
I mean, you go from early in the morning until sometimes midnight.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, most people have, you know, lots of responsibilities in their lives.
Oh, yeah.
Even
and,
if they don't work or something, they still have...
Well, and with it being in the summer, people have already planned vacations,
Sure.
or they've got family members getting married, and, you know, they've got to go to the wedding, or they keep grandkids, or, you know, just different things that come up. So, you know, we'll have one hostess might do it 2 or 3 years, and then she'll say, I can't do it this next year, and call me back the next year. So, you know, that's just what we do. I mean, and I really, you know, you really don't want anybody to do it if they don't want to, and they're not happy doing it, because it's very time consuming.
Will you be the hostess coordinator again?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I enjoyed. I've been a hostess for 11 years. I had girls the first 3 years, and then I was the assistant for 7, and then this is my first year. And it's a lot more responsibility than I thought. But Louise Hall, that I was her assistant, she trained me very well. Anything that she did, she would give me copies of, and she would call and keep me up to date on anything going on. So I really feel like, you know, I know what I'm doing.
Sure.
It's just when you got the responsibility on your shoulders, it's a little bit different.
What is it that you enjoy? Because, I mean, this does sound like a lot of responsibility. Why do you do it?
It started out with, I have 2 boys, and I have never been, you know, around girls a lot. And when I was asked to do it, I thought, well, you know, this would be my opportunity to be around girls. And I loved it. I mean, I absolutely loved it. With, you know, I didn't grow up being a frilly girl or anything, but it just to be around them and be a mother to them, and help them and listen to them. And I just, the first year I did it, I was so excited. Every night I would drive home, I was just shaking because I would be so excited. I love the whole thing of watching practice and seeing how it all comes together.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it. Because to me, in the position I'm in now, you've got to enjoy doing it.
I would think so, because I imagine that's a pretty stressful week for most of the contestants.
It is.
And you're their mama.
It is.
For that week.
It is. And
I bet you wipe a lot of tears. And
yeah, and I've gotten real close with some of the girls. You know, I'm on Facebook with some of them, and we've emailed some, and I emailed some of them. So you've gotten really close, and you have your different groups. You'll have, you know, some girls that return 4 and 5 years, so you really get to know those.
Sure.
And then the next few years, you got those that have been there 4 or 5 years again, and you just really get to know them real well.
You know, I don't know a lot about this. What have I not asked you about that you think people would be interested in hearing?
I think what people don't realize is how smart these girls are. And they think, oh, you do the high heels and the crown and the pretty dress, and there's nothing in between.
These are the high achievers.
Oh, it is.
I've come to find that out.
It is. And they are very smart. And a lot of them do come for the scholarship money. But you can, you know, because we have breakfast with them in the mornings, and they're down there in their bathrobe or their shorts and no makeup. And, you know, you think, she just looks plain Jane. And then they go upstairs and they come back down, and it's like, is that the same girl I just saw at breakfast this morning? So, and some of them are so, they like to hunt, they like to fish, they like to ride four-wheelers, and, they're just down to earth.
These are young women that are good students. They have drive.
They do.
They have goals. Most of them know what they want out of life, and they're going after it. And this is a piece. This is a piece of what they're doing and the experience that they want out of life.
Oh, I know. And when you think about their ages, I thought, you know, I just don't think I was that mature at that age and knew what I wanted and had the drive like some of these do. You know, at 18 and 19, they know what they want to do in life. And you've got, you know, some of them are, you know, up to 25, but they know what they want to do. And when they get up there, you know, for their interview question, you just, it's unimaginable what they can say and how they can say something off the top of their head.
Well, Pam, thank you so much for coming and joining me today. This was really interesting. And I hope you get some sleep the week of the pageant. But my guess is you probably get some sleep the week after the pageant.
I do. I'm very tired by Sunday.
I bet you are.
Very tired.
I bet you are. Well, I hope everything goes well, and I'll be down there. I hope to see you.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
Promotional consideration provided by
Amber Sanders from Happy Hair. Get your hair happy at 3402 Wisconsin Avenue.